All right, gentlemen. So let's start with our class discussion on the current affairs. So here is 18th 18th of June. All right. So the most important part is the Canonicus or Canonicus Declaration of G70. Sir, what is G70? Okay, it was an post 1970. All right, especially in the 1971 and 72, there was a major oil crisis. So, oil crisis in the sense there was a war between Israel, all right, and all the Middle Eastern countries, all right, like Yemen, like Syria, and like Egypt. They all attacked Israel simultaneously on a sacred day called Yom Kippur. Okay, it's a festival of Israel, and during this Arab countries stopped supply of oil to the developed countries. Because of this, there was a sudden spike in the oil prices across the world. So in that context, G70, they wanted to G7 group of countries, they wanted to develop a resilient financial system, okay, which can tolerate this particular type of shocks. All right, now G7 is again important. G7 में look at this: France, USA, United Kingdom, Germany, Italy. All right. Now, sir, are all the members of this one part of United Nations Security Council? Just go through here. There is Russia is not there, and then China is not there. All right. So this is a typical prelims area question. They are part of G20 rather, and G20 was formed in 2008. All right, and both of them, G7 or G20, both do not have any type of headquarters. All right, a particular secretariat. So they meet formally once a year, but what all the decision that is taken, there is a no proper forum to implement it. Now, so this the 2025 summit, it was a 51st G7 G7 summit, and it is held annually. Again, important. In this, a famous declaration called Canonicus or Wildfire Charter. It's a place in Canada. Sorry, yes, it's in Canada, where they took a decision regarding commitments to halt and reverse deforestation. Again, very important: deforestation, desertification. All right, you come across such similar terms as we go further. Now, another important decision that they have taken is what is called to build a 5-point plan for critical mineral security partnership. Very important. Sir, what is this critical mineral partnership? All right, to ensure that there is sufficient stable supply of essential minerals, okay, for for the upcoming industries, all right, like lithium, like cobalt, okay, which can help in defense as well as electric transition, all right, EV transition. Now there is one more important initiative in what is called the rise initiative. All right, rise. Okay, sir, what is RISE? Let's look at this. RISE stands for Resilient and Inclusive Supply Chain Enhancement. It is started between, it was started as a collaboration between World Bank as well as Japan. All right, very important. India is not a founder member of this one, RISE initiative. Sir, what are the objective of RISE? So let's see, to tackle the important challenges, that is job creation as well as climate change. All right, especially in developing countries. Now, you don't expect this in the mains examination. These are all typical prelims. All right, but in the mains, you just have to mention the rise, resilient and inclusive supply chain enhancement. Now, it's a collaborative effort in the sense most of the countries are becoming part of this to to emphasize the importance of international cooperation and promoting economic growth, especially in developing countries. All right, Rise initiative important. Now, and also they came together to condemn what is called transnational repression. All right, basically uh, where states attempt to intimidate, okay, individuals outside their borders. For example, India trying to threaten Khalistani nationalists in Canada. All right, so that is G7 is trying to condemn that. Yes, you can quote this definitely in the mains examination, and to prevent what is called migrant smuggling. This is an important phenomenon which has often shown where migrants are often smuggled for their, in the form of trafficking, all right, for the purpose of beggary or for the purpose of, human, human flesh in the sense for prostitution, etc. All right, then something very, very important that you should note here. Okay, see, what are the important decisions that are taken? Definitely, you can write in the mains examination, but some things which are important for the prelims, I'm discussing, and I'm just making mention, flying mention of those. Now, sir, G7 Go AI Grand Challenge. All right, to ensure that the future public sector should be able to, all the public sectors across the world should be able to, develop, solutions so that they can absorb the artificial intelligence technologies, okay, in a faster manner. So again, this is associated with Canada, it is associated with G7. All right, important. Now it intends to close digital divides in line with what is called United Nations Global Digital Compact. So what is United Nations Global Digital Compact? Okay, let me show you. Okay, let's continue with the next part. What is called synthetic aperture radar? All right, synthetic aperture. So this type of radars will have, wide spectrum, wide aperture. This bend is called aperture. All right, when they have wide, they can, capture more amount of information. Now this is the image. All right, it is also called NISAR. Okay, it is also called NISAR. Why NISAR? Because NASA ISRO synthetic radar. All right, NASA ISRO synthetic radar. Now, what is the, best part of this one is it has the ability to, look at Indian Ocean even during the night. All right, because it does not use visible light, rather it uses microwaves. Matlab, it will radiate and they capture the radiation and understand what type of, objects are there. All right. So because microwaves, no, they have the capability to even penetrate even the clouds, and also it helps in building a safer Indian Ocean. One thing. Another is it is a polar satellite. Polar satellite. Matlab, it will hover in the Earth in a very narrow, range. All right, approximately 800 kilometers. So once in every 12 days, sorry, twice in every 12 days, it is able to scan, nearly all of the Earth. All right. So important, important, important. Next comes the, something important here, because you might have seen this particular image recurring. All right. This is the, Shipkila Pass. It is present in Himachal Pradesh. All right, it is the place through which the river Sutlej enters into India. All right, so river Sutlej is, has originated even before the Himalayas. Okay, important. Now, in this context, just look at where is Shipkila Pass. Just where is Shipkila Pass? You can go through. Okay, see here, here is a Shipkila Pass. All right, here is a Shipkila Pass. Now it has been opened for tourism. That is border tourism, and the recently it was closed also because of the Doklam standoff. So what is Doklam standoff? We'll discuss some other time. Now, sir, one thing is Shipkila, one thing is Sutlej. All right, there are other many passes in India, in Himalayas, which we will be studying it as a part of geography. Then, very, 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 very UPSC का favorite topics होता है. Okay, the rivers and the tributaries in northeast. All right, you see here as Arunachal Pradesh, the easternmost part of India. Then you see here Assam. All right, and okay, see here, this river called Dansiri. Dansiri. All right, sir, Dansiri. It is a tributary of again Brahmaputra, and also it is just touching the state of Nagaland. All right, this is just touching the state of Nagaland, and it was in news because of the, recent pollution also. All right, yes. Okay, and as we study, you need to come across important wildlife sanctuaries, important national parks, important tiger reserves, okay, important tribes, mountains in this region. All right, then. Coming to one terminology, you would say. Uh, okay, I have discovered nearly 24 million years old fossilized leaves of one important crop that is called Nothopegia. And where is it found? It is found in, okay, Western Ghats. So this is how the it looks like. Okay. Apart from that, you don't have to read something very deeper, and even if they ask you, don't worry, you can skip those type of questions. All right. Then Barak Megan. All right. Barak is a type of missile which India has also bought from Israel. And if you just remember Barak, okay, know that it is something related to Israel. All right. It is basically lightning shield. So it is an advanced naval air defense system which is developed by Israel, and it was able to shield against the Iranian drones. All right, then look at this. Look at this. Something very very important. Something very very important. That is the recent bombing of Tehran. All right, that is Iran. These are the three important sites. Okay, here is Tehran, Fordo, and Isfahan and Natanz. Very very important. American B-2 bombers. All right, each B-2 bomber, they are worth nearly $2 billion. All right, more than India's defense budget. So, these bombers were able to, they are these sites are basically underground sites. All right, underground sites. So when it is underground, somewhere, more than 80 meters below the earth, so you require missiles which can penetrate and explode at a extremely deeper part of the earth. That is why America coordinated with Israel. Now, in this context, no important sites, and very importantly, as an impact of this, now as we read it in the next part of our discussion, okay, here you see what is called Strait of Hormuz. Strait of Hormuz has been now been, see, this is a narrow, okay, just 33 kilometer width होती है, 33 kilometer width, okay, very narrow lane, and it is considered very critical for the global oil supply. Nearly 20% of global oil supply passes through this particular region, so it is important. Okay, now, uh, so Iran has now blocked uh, this particular Strait of Hormuz to ensure that. See here, here is the topic. Iran set to close Strait of Hormuz following U.S. operations, and the name of that bombing of that particular three nuclear sites is Operation Midnight Hammer, because it was done during the midnight. So, what is the impact of this on India? And remember, India is an energy guzzler, and we are the world's third largest oil importer. So, sir, India has any storage reserves? Yes, we have storage, but okay, it can last hardly for around 16 to 17 days. All right, and we are exposed to various type of trade deficits and increasing high import fuel prices. Now it can result in inflation. All right, can affect our external trade and external foreign balances, and nearly 40% of India's oil will come, and gas imports come from this region. Now in this region, in the sense, you should see here, very very importantly, Oman, okay, then Kuwait. All right, so small islands are there, which we will be discussing again in our as a part of you know next class discussion. But for now, let's wind up. So we will discuss manosphere. It's a serious threat to gender equality. I'll go in detail regarding. We will be discussing in detail regarding what are the laws, what are the global, initiatives, and what is the current status. Because you can relate this to gender equality in ethics, and in essay, role of artificial intelligence, role of digital, communities. Okay, what are the role of corporates in this, etc. Because no, this is an important, because when United Nations speaks, we need to quote it as an official program. All right, yes, thank you so much. We shall continue next class.